I'm afraid I'm not that cruel.
Well, perhaps you're just out of practice.
In this video, we're going to talk about why boring, logical, and platonic conversations about anything logical, who the Dodgers played last week, whatever it is, with women are a death sentence to your dating life and what you can do about it, how you can inject positive, flirtatious vibes and get off these logical topics with women and increase your results with women a lot by doing this, obviously. So
Hey guys, back to the video in just a few seconds, but first, I had to share these amazing results that I've been having on dating apps using 100% fake AI generated photos. Every single girl that you're seeing on screen right now, I matched with on Bumble using, yes, fake AI photos. And here are the photos on the screen right now that I used. And before you rush to the comments and want to say something dumb like, oh, I could kind of tell that they were fake. I know that you can't tell that they're fake because I'm lying to you. I'm showing you a mixture of both real photos and AI photos, and I bet you can't tell the difference of which is which. And I've done well on the dating apps even before with real photos, but ever since I put AI photos on there into the mix, the results have been absolutely insane, as you were seeing. And not only can I now be super lazy, I don't have to do photo shoots anymore in real life, but I can now get access to backdrops I never could before, such as being on a private jet or some insane looking baller Airbnb. And no, I know what you're thinking. Both the dating app platforms and Instagram cannot tell that these are AI and they will not get you banned. So if you want some of these for yourself, just check out the link in the video description. It's also in the first pinned comment. It's the same link, and we will get back to the regular video now.
the first thing is some big surprise when I was doing research for this video. I found out that a lot of other dating coaches give kind of trash advice on this, and they say something to the effect of, it's not what you say. You can talk about literally anything. It's the vibe and like, you know, the subtone underneath it. And that's kind of true, but it's kind of bullshit. So first I want to talk about the very important thing, like, yes, what you talk about matters a lot. It's not just the vibe. Then we're going to talk about the vibe, which is admittedly even more important than what you say. It is the vibe. Like if you guys saw intentionally that clip that I inserted at the beginning of the video with James Bond saying, maybe you're just out of practice. And he gives like that stoic, like, he like smirks at her for a while. That was all vibe. If he had just said, well, maybe you're just out of practice, she kind of would have just been like confused. Like you saw her reaction, like the girl, she was kind of like confused. And then, you know, paused for a second and then like got that it was a joke and kind of like diffused the tension. She started laughing. If he had said that with a bad vibe, that wouldn't have worked. But there's something I learned very early on in my game career. There are 4 ways you can have a conversation with people. You can talk about yourself, how you feel about things, facts about you, where you grew up, etc. You can talk about her, again, her points of view, her achievements, her accomplishments, what she feels about different things. The 2 of you together, and random bullshit. So you with the girl, you can talk about yourself. You can talk about the girl. You can talk about some scenario or something to do with the 2 of you together, talking about both of you simultaneously. And number 4, random bullshit. So let's say that I'm talking to a girl and she says at some point, I say, where are you from? She goes, oh, I'm from San Francisco. Now, what I could do first is like inject like a playful tease, like, oh, you're from San Francisco, huh? So don't tell me you're like, you know, one of these wokies, like, you know, please, for the love of God, just don't tell me that you're a wokie. Now, I'm kind of jumping ahead and, you know, talking about like vibe and delivery, right? But if we're to go on that topic of San Francisco, we can talk a little bit about it, but it has to be related to how I feel about it, how she feels about it, or some funky scenario like, yeah, you know, we've been talking for all of 5 minutes now in this coffee shop where I just met you, and I guess it's time to meet the parents. So what are flight prices to San Francisco? What's a, you know, LA, you know, round trip ticket to San Francisco? Let's book it now. That's like, you know, some funny scenario with the 2 of you, like you're going to San Francisco to visit her, but certainly do not start talking about, oh, you know, the weather in San Francisco is very, very cold, isn't it? Yeah, I see the way that you're dressed. You know, you brought this big coat and you're in Los Angeles right now, and this big thick coat told me that you must be from San Francisco because I know it's cold there, and isn't it like super gray all the time? And Mark Twain once said that the coldest winter that I ever experienced was a summer in San Francisco. Ha ha, man, it sure is cold there. It's like, bro, get off the logical topic of the weather in San Francisco or the San Francisco Giants or something like that. Now, you could talk about the San Francisco Giants if you're like, oh yeah, you know, I don't know, my uncle works for the Giants and our first romantic day is going to be a baseball game. You're like, what could be more romantic than a baseball game if you know that the two of you like baseball? Because that involves, it's about San Francisco, but it's involving the two of you together. So again, just to summarize before I move on, it's about you, her, like finding out information about her, how she feels about things, or the two of you together. You, her, or the girl. You can talk about, you can mention like, hey, the new version of ChatGPT is cool, but like get off that really quickly and go back to the first three, which is you, her, or the two of you together. The next thing is you want to have a very flirtatious delivery in your tone and by showing enthusiasm and a lot of facial expressions as well. That's why I purposely inserted that Bond clip to start the video to kind of hook your attention and show a good example. So let's do an example. I'll just come up with a random sentence. I bet you like chocolate. Yeah, you like chocolate, don't you? You like chocolate, don't you? That's weak. That's not flirtatious. Person's like, you look like a girl who likes chocolate. You just love chocolate, don't you? Don't you? Again, like it's just a vibe. Or if I said, you study fashion, and I can clearly tell by the way that you're dressed that that dress, fits your body very well, and your outfit's very coordinated, and I definitely believe you. You look like somebody who's into fashion. Again, now just saying it a bit differently. I talk really, really quickly when I do YouTube content and stuff like that, but you got to slow it down when you talk to women, and maybe even like intentionally put a little bit of extra bass in your voice. So I would say the same thing again. Hey, so you said you're into fashion, and I gotta say, I definitely believe you. The way that red dress, first of all, red dress, red beard, we would really go good together. So I like that we're already matching, but the way it fits your body, okay, I'm liking it. Somebody doesn't miss leg day. Somebody hits, legs and glutes. You do a lot of squats, clearly, because the way that dress fits you, and I can tell that you definitely studied fashion because the way the whole outfit is coordinated. It's because you knew you were going to meet a guy like me, right? That's why you coordinated so well. As you're like, I gotta catch a handsome red bearded man today. That was your plan. So again, I said the same thing, and I number one made it more flirtatious by, okay, what did I do there? Like role playing, like putting her in a frame of like she's out there trying to seduce me, bringing up sex or like sexualizing it in a way that's kind of fun and flirtatious. Like, oh yeah, you wore that because something, you just woke up in this mood, you had this vibe like, oh shit, some handsome guy is gonna be running about today, and I need to wear something to get his attention, and it's gotta be red, right, to match the, whatever. I'm like, we look good together. Again, what am I doing? The two of us together, red dress, red beard, we match, we would look good together. And that's always a good way to kind of compliment a girl, is when you also compliment yourself, saying like, oh, we would look good together. It's a little bit stronger than just, calling her pretty, calling her sexy, although there's nothing wrong with that. I also said like, yeah, you go to the gym, right? So cold reading her. That's another way to inject flirtatious vibe. Cold reading means just like guessing shit about the girl. So rather than say, what do you do for work? Be like, you have this fun, kind of like bubbly, really, really like sweet personality. And like, I don't know, like with all respect, you're almost like a golden retriever. You're like so happy. You don't have to call you a dog or anything, but you have this like very funny, vibe. Like if you had a tail, it would totally be wagging right now. Let me guess. You must be a nurse because you like, you have like a caring, vibe, a very compassionate, vibe about you. A lot more flirtatious than just saying, so what do you do for work, right? You can also call cold reading make statements, not questions, rather than saying, how old are you? You have the maturity of a 28-year-old, but you look to be about 21. So I'll just say, I don't know, you're about 22, 23, just, random guess here. Do things like that, kind of like guess stuff about her. It's going to make her more intrigued. Like, oh, like, why do you think I'm more mature? Or why did you think I was a nurse? Or why did you think I gave off this, or she'll say, everybody says that I have a bubbly personality. Everybody always says that, ha, ha, ha. And then you can start talking about how you feel about girls with bubbly personalities and stuff like that. So again, keeping it about you, her, or the two of you together. Injecting a lot of emotion into it. One thing you guys can learn is like, this is something you learn in sales. I didn't say we should kill him. There's different ways you can put emphasis on different things in the sentence. I didn't say we should kill him. 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 It's all, I didn't say we should kill him, right? But you learn how to use tonality and emphasis by kind of like, practicing that sentence. Sorry, a little bit off topic, but teasing is another big one too. So what would be an example of a light tease? Again, like what I've said earlier, like, oh, you're from San Francisco, like, you better not be one of those wokies. Like, please don't be a wokie. Or if the girl is very ambitious, right? Let's say she's in medical school and she's also working a job. You can kind of tease her and say, well, that's cool. You're crushing it in, with your goals and stuff like that. But you must not have the best, romance life because, you're so busy. You're always studying. And then when you're not studying, you're at work. You have no time to go out. But, maybe I can help with that a little bit. Whisk you away for a fun time, a much needed, a night on the town, something like that. So you're kind of teasing her like, oh, your love life, must be lacking or something like that. Tease her on light things. The way to do teasing wrong is to tease her on like her appearance or things she can't fix. Like don't tease her on her nose or anything like that. And the last one I want to say is flirting. So we talked a little bit about this earlier when I said like, oh, like red beard, red dress, we would match, we would look good together, right? When you want to flirt with a girl, at some point you need to make it sexual. This is what one of my other mentors talked, he called it like premise. When you go up to a girl or when you're on a date with a girl, it would be weird, for instance, if you went to go buy a used car and the guy came up and made conversation about, yeah, those Dodgers this year, and I see you got your son with you, and how old is he? Is he a slugger? Does he play baseball? Haha. It's like, okay, bro, like try to sell me the car eventually. Like, yeah, you're building rapport, you're making connection, asking me where I'm from and this and that. But if you don't eventually say like, so we got these cars, you came to a used Mercedes lot, I'm gonna show you, try to put you in a new Mercedes-Benz, get you financed, test drive, whatever it is. So when you're talking to a girl, cold approach situation, day game, night game, doesn't matter, or even on a date, you have to eventually make things sexual. So, if you're struggling with this, if you kind of in your head, you can say, things like, her laugh is sexy when she laughs. When she shows up, one thing I do when girls like show up, it depends how much I've been talking to them and texting them, and I kind of feel out the vibe, but certainly I do a pretty good job of screening girls before dates. That's a topic for another video, is how you screen girls before a date. But I will, when they're like when I see them walk up, when they like, exit the car, or when they're walking up to the restaurant, or like the first time I see them, I kind of go, just kind of like look them up like, oh yes, like you did this for me. Like, cause she spent a lot of time getting ready, boys. Like she did her makeup, her hair, she may have done her nails that day, something like that. She maybe tried on 2 or 3 outfits before she, decided on what she was gonna wear. So I kind of give them that like look, eye contact, strong eye contact, creates a flirtatious vibe. And just at some point, you definitely have to make things sexual. Like I said, you slow down your speech and you keep strong eye contact like this. And it really just depends on what the context of the conversation is. But you can definitely find something to sexualize about her. You can say, let me take a guess. You go to the gym. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell by body shape. Either that or good genetics. Can you imagine our children, green eyes with your shape? I just hope they're boys, because if we have daughters, they're gonna be trouble. They're gonna be trouble just like their mom. Just like they're a lot of trouble, right? So you see, teasing, talking about the two of us together having kids, sexualizing, etc. That is how you keep a interesting and flirtatious vibe and get off of logical, boring conversations. Subscribe for more free game, boys. Peace.